Welcome to season 4 of the Boost Hospitality podcast. I'm back again to show all hospitality owners how you can turn lookers into bookers, get more heads on beds, and increase your direct booking. This season, I've got something very special lined up. The Boostly website was recently voted one of the top 10 UK hotel blogs out there. After asking you guys, I realized that so many of you haven't actually read the blogs. You said that you prefer audio as a way of learning about new tactics and tips to getting more direct bookings. So what I'm doing this season is I'm going to be providing the audio version of all of my blogs that are on the Boostly website. So it doesn't matter whether you're on the computer, in the car, getting ready for breakfast or changing those beds, I can show you how you can increase your direct booking. Let's get on with the show. Simple terms, booking.com, Expedia. So the question that I have is, do you actually know what is in your contract? We sign up to these all the time. And I know I didn't when I first signed up to all of these. I just clicked the box saying, yep, happy to go ahead. But I wanted to do a little bit of investigating, and I went through several OTA contracts, including booking.com, Expedia, and a few others. And I picked out a few snippets explaining just how little control we have when we work with the OTAs. Number 1. The OTA shall be entitled to give a discount on the room price at its own costs to the closed user group members. The OTAs define closed user group members as people who choose to become a member. The membership programs are on a large scale that independent properties don't stand a chance to compete. The OTA, therefore, has the power over you. Now, there was a member of the hospitality community recently, and she complained that Expedia were undercutting their costs by 10%. After I did a bit of investigating, it turned out that the lady in question had signed up her property to be part of the Expedia Partner Center. And that means that any Expedia member would instantly get a 10% discount on all room bookings. Number 2. Direct marketing to guests. The accommodation agrees not to specifically target guests that have been obtained via an OTA in either online or offline marketing promotions or solicited or unsolicited mail. Now this one, I know I've been guilty of in the past, and I pretty much can guarantee all of you have been as well that are listening. This basically means when a booking comes in via an OTA, you get a phone call, and the person on the phone, after a bit of a conversation, basically says, well, how much would it be to cancel with them and book with you directly? Do I get a better discount? You give them a rate, they say yes, they cancel their booking and they book straight back with you. In the T's and C's, this is not allowed. Doesn't mean that we don't do it, but just beware that if you get caught, your listing will get removed from the OTA. This brings me on to the next discussion, which I would say, never build your house on someone else's land. You should be building a customer list as soon as possible. If you want to find out more about that, there is a separate blog on the Boostly website. If you go into Google, type in Boostly, not build your house on someone else's land, and customer list. Number 3, in the event shall an OTA be liable to the accommodation for any acts or omissions on the event of a third-party platform? Again, another bit of jargon, but this means that a third-party platform may put your accommodation price higher for them to make more money. You don't have the control over this, and you don't have any possibility to say that you don't want to work with this third party. Number 4, the OTA is entitled to promote the accommodation using the accommodation's name in online marketing, including email marketing and or pay-per-click advertising. The OTA runs online marketing campaigns at its own cost and discretion. The accommodation agrees not to specifically target the OTA brand directly through keyword purchases that use intellectual property rights. Bit of a mouthful. For those of you who have followed me for a while, you will know that I talk about this regularly. This is the OTA admitting that they will use your property name in Google Ads to get more traffic to their website. For example, if your property is called the Black Swan and you are based in York, then booking.com, for example, will use a pay-per-click campaign on Google, for example, to get traffic for the search term, the Black Swan in York. If you aren't bidding on your own brand name in Google Ads, then someone else will. And as we all know, that when a consumer does a search on Google, they are going to go for the first thing that they see. They don't scroll down to the bottom of the first page. They don't scroll down to page 2. They will see and they will click on the first thing that comes up. And if somebody's typing in Black Swan in York, for example, they are pretty much a guest who wants to stay at your property. It is not a vague search. If it was a vague search, it would be hotels in York or places to stay in York. So you've got to be taking advantage of this. Again, if you want to know more about this, I've got probably one of the most popular blogs on my whole Boostly site, 3 things about Google AdWords. Type it in Google, put in mention Boostly, and my blog will come straight up. Firstly, if OTAs have the right to use your name, logo, and anything they want, then why are they not allowed to use meta pricing comparison tools on your website, proving that your price will always be lower than any OTA? Secondly, why are you not allowed to promise always to offer the best price when OTAs are? And finally, independent properties should require transparency checks from the OTA. They should insist on API access to the OTA so they can monitor rate parity. The OTA should allow inspections by the channel, device, length of stay and geography. Sadly, these things are a huge problem and therefore results in a massive quarrel between properties and the OTAs. Before I sign off from this podcast episode, the question I have for you is, have you ever been guilty of any of the above points? Are you bidding on your brand name? Leave a comment below, or you can start the conversation on Twitter with the hashtag BookDirect and at Boostly UK. If you want to get in contact with me about this episode, you can feel free to email mark@boostly.co.uk. For those of you who don't know by now, Boostly is spelled Boostly. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to go and find the text version, go into Google, type in what an OTA contract contains for your hospitality business, put the name Boostly, and I will come up. Or go to boostly.co.uk/blog and you can go and find it yourself. My name is Mark Simpson. I'm the founder of Boostly, helping you get more heads on beds, turn lookers into bookers, and get more direct bookings. As always, I really appreciate your feedback. Please let me know what you think by leaving a review on iTunes. If you leave a 5-star review, virtual hugs are coming your way. I will see you again very soon for the next installment of the Boost Hospitality Podcast Season 4.